and we are back on another episode of blah blah blah. We are back on another episode of Welcome. Wow. We are back in another episode of Rooted in Marriage podcast. This is your boy JJ. Then we have my wife Nicole right over here. Don't forget to like, subscribe, sign up for the membership. Wait, no, we're not even there yet. Dang. I got used to saying it on El Sample Pod. Sorry about that. But hey, comment for the algorithm. Thank you. Thank you so much for the support that you guys have been giving us. All the love. Honestly, we were not expecting all the
views.
Yeah, all the views, all the
Nope.
love that we've gotten, especially in our first official episode. So it feels good. Honestly, it feels good. We are happy to keep sharing our thoughts, our love with all of you guys. And then, as we said on the episode 0, that we were going to be super raw, super honest.
Super oddness. I love it.
Yeah. So, yeah, whether it hurts or it doesn't hurt. So can you tell us what we're going to be talking about today, Nicole?
Absolutely. Today we'll be talking about love language, which we all have. And most of us discover that very late in adulthood. And we're going to know what kind of love languages and how does that look like in us, and possibly it can look on you and your partner.
Yeah. So from a book, there is actually 5 love languages. I never knew that until I started doing all this research, because we were going to talk about love language. That was going to be our episode.
I'm going to stop you right there.
What?
And you see, this is how it all begins. I had a book in my nightstand for years. That is the 5 love languages. Since 2019, actually.
Written by Dr. Gary Chapman. So we have to give him the credit, the props.
Continue.
Okay. All right. So, so I had to do my research because, to be honest with you, I didn't know what it was about. And I just thought there was like maybe 2 or 3. But to come to find out that there's 5, it is kind of crazy to think about. So I feel like a lot of people don't think about this stuff. And let me go ahead and kick it off with, I'm going to tell you guys about the 5 that it is. So words of affirmation, it's 1. So what that means is like feeling love through spoken or written compliments, encouragement, and kind words. Number 2, it's acts of service. Feeling appreciated when someone helps out or does things to make your life easier. Number 3, receiving gifts. Feeling value when someone gives thoughtful presents, big or small. Number 4, quality time. Feeling close when you spend time together. Focus, undivided time with each other, which is essentially the same as time together. Sorry. Number 5, physical touch. Feeling connected through physical affection, like hugs, kisses, or just holding hands. Everyone has a primary love language, but apparently you can also have a secondary love language, which I never thought about that. So, yeah.
What is your love language?
Off the top of my head, I will have to say 4 and 5, which will be quality time and then physical touch. You want me to go into more details, or no? Let me go ahead. Let me go ahead and ask the same question, something like that. And it's like, no, but let's find out what her is. Nicole, what is your love language? Even though I have
before I answer that, what do you think is my love language or my love languages?
Definitely number 4, which is quality time. I feel like you're okay with being in the same room together and things like that, even though whenever you're also okay with being alone whenever you need to. So it's kind of, I'm going to go with number 4, which is quality time. And then number 2 is going to surprise you, which is actually number 2, acts of service. feeling appreciated when someone helps out or does things to pretty much, I don't want to say make your life easier because it kind of sounds not nice, but to like for example, me taking out the trash to you is showing that I love you by me helping you out or helping out around the house by me taking out the trash.
That shows that you love our family.
Oh, okay, my bad. Okay, you see, I was wrong.
By you paying attention to the book that I had on my nightstand, that it was the 5 love languages, that shows that you love me.
Wow, how did I know that was gonna happen? By noticing that your shower gel is actually low, and then me buying more shower gel
Yes.
for you.
Oh my goodness. That is definitely yes. You got it right. Ding.
Let's go. All right, so go ahead and go into.
Wait, but I did not. I will say which one you think it's the primary for me? Quality time or acts of service?
Acts of service.
Absolutely. So then I'm just gonna answer.
Go ahead. So I'm gonna ask you the same question. Which one do you think are mine?
I just asked you which ones are yours.
This is awkward.
Very. No, I'm kidding. So you said that it was. Which one you
Wow,
said?
you're not even paying attention. Wow.
Everything's happening so fast.
Quality time and physical touch.
Honestly, I thought you were gonna say words of affirmation because you need a lot of reassurance that we
Is it
love
okay to
you.
be like 3? To have 3?
So I will say, in an order of 1, 2, 3, 1 being the primary one, and then I will say for you is words of affirmation, physical touch, and quality time.
But I think, to me, in my mind, physical touch and quality time could be combined, for real, for real.
But it's not the same.
But I know it's not the same. Like,
Physical touch is like we are. Yeah. I know that a physical touch is like driving. While you're driving, we're both together in the car, like
and holding hands.
holding hands
Yeah.
until it gets sweaty. Like, no.
You're the one that your hands get sweaty.
Or
Mine don't. Mine are always cold.
Even when we are watching a show, like something on the TV or a movie, and we're just sitting next to each other, but
And our
you want to
shoulders are
feel
touching.
a little bit of my hand on your
Of course. On my
on
knee.
your leg.
On my knee, leg
On
area.
your leg. Don't think anything else.
Whoa, keep it PG here.
Or how, we walk in the kitchen and one of us is doing like the dishes or cooking, and then we just give like a random hug. That is physical touch, and it's saying I love you, but without saying it.
You know what other way I say I love you to her, or show her that I love her? Every time that she is doing the dishes or she is doing anything else, I just walk past, I always got to smack the booty. Say I don't.
You do. Yeah.
It's a love tap. That's like a good game. Like in football, there's always that good game. What?
Yes, I know, and it's true.
All the men that may be being this shown to, put that in the comment section. Do you do the same thing? Because you do. You do.
Put the football emoji.
Exactly. So, yeah.
So I think one aspect that I could consider of how can we find out which one is our love language is actually by reading. Let's be aware of what the term is, because before I heard that for the first time, I never thought about it. Like it was not as crystal clear as it is now.
Yeah.
But now that you're listening to this, right, you get to know what love language is. But pay attention to, if you want to find about yours, let's do like individual scan. What is it that you like others to do to you, that you feel happy, that you feel loved, and then you do the same way when it comes to your partner. I think you can do like a couple of tests or even think of the experiences that you have together of, well, I did this, and he or she was really happy, or even express, like, just having that awareness of what kind of action
Yeah.
took place to know that, oh my goodness, like that, I never seen that person that happy before.
Yeah.
And once you can identify that, as long, comparing to like our relationship, once we discover that with each other, with open conversations, which this happened with therapy. I don't know if you remember, but it happened with our couples therapy sessions that we had.
Yeah.
And
I don't remember that.
even though I had the book, I think the book, I wanted us to, go over it together, and it didn't happen. But I got to get a few glances of what everything meant. But combined with the therapy sessions that we had, because we were going through very challenging times to understand each other. This
was back in 2020, whenever we recently had Lucas, and we had moved into our new place. Well,
2020.
new place at
It
the
was
time.
2021, because we were already settled, our house, but it was, we didn't took the time, because everything that was happening, to have those conversations, looking at each other like face to face, and we only did that with our therapist, and it was awkward, but it was necessary just to kind of like peel that first layer of the onion, if you want to call it like that. What did you consider that helped to have those conversations and express, what you were expecting from me to show that I care for you, or that I love you in that aspect?
I mean, definitely, whenever there's time, you can open up. And realistically, a lot of our marriage, because we're parents. We're parents of 3. So time is not always on our side. Like, realistically, how much time do we sometimes get to talk each and every day? So time, we never have time. So whenever we actually have time, we get to kind of like peel those layers.
But back then you were working on retail, but he was working on retail, and you had very odd, not odd, it's
Hours.
normal in retail, but for what I wanted in our marriage, in our family, it was not the ideal hours, because you will get home sometimes 9:30 or 10,
Sometimes,
depending
yeah.
if you had, late customers, and then I will be tired already, falling asleep with the kids in the room, or it was just not having that time in common to sit down and connect, like, just to talk, like, hey, how are you, and not get caught up on nonsense conversations about stuff that it's not deep of our feelings.
Yeah, because definitely it's tough. Like, there's a lot of parents out there that don't want to admit it, but like time is never on your side. And then on top of that, like, whenever you have a full-time job, realistically, like, we're in a world right now that everything involved, like, we're literally more time at work with the people that we work with than with our family members.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Unless you're working from home, and it sucks, because, like, definitely, like, whenever you start bottling everything in, at the end of the day, you're kind of like hurting yourself.
And also you get accustomed to have that sense of separation and then and not have that closeness because
Yeah.
what that's pretty much what happened to me. Like I got used to you not being in the same hours of the evening with me and the kids, and I carry on with certain types of routines and stuff that I could do on my own, but limiting the ability to talk.
Yeah.
Like actually putting that barrier like on me. It was not you, it was me because I got used to it. And something that is crucial in a relationship, not even a marriage, like in a relationship, is to you have to go the extra mile to not give in on what it seems like, oh, this is putting me down. And well, if that person doesn't want to talk, well, I'm not going to talk. Or like, no, you have to go. You have, that's just my opinion.
Yes.
And based on what I saw, from your input uh, throughout our, the 6 years, 7 years that we have been together, it's going the extra mile when it comes to communication and talking about something as uncomfortable as it is, or even addressing whatever situation or feelings at the moment, because that can create the opportunity to, it's like taking that new breath, like I just told you this and
Yeah.
it feels so good because now
Yeah.
you know it. I don't have to carry that anymore. um
And that kind of like leads into pretty much like our next segment, quote unquote, which is like um overcoming misunderstandings and growing together realistically. And
and that is, I think that is just the beauty of how love, just understanding and educating yourself emotionally on what love language is.
yeah.
It definitely helps you be bilingual, trilingual in a sense, because the book starts saying, the author is saying like, I had this relationship and I was divorced this many times, but I wanted this to work and I was trying to do this, but it seemed like she was not understanding what I was saying and vice versa.
Like a couple of our arguments whenever I say a certain word and then you're just like taking it a different route, and it's like,
Well,
and then vice versa.
I think it's sometimes the language in a way of slangs or not using the proper vocabulary can be taken in a, it can take an L, but I think it's more of how we choose pride over actually saying it.
Yeah.
Like, what if you show me love by giving me my hour alone? That shows that, one, that you truly care because it's good for whatever mental health to decompress. That is a way that at certain times I felt I was holding back of saying like, this is how you actually can show me that you care about me, because I need it. I need this time to have either a true moment of silence that I don't hear anything because I do enjoy and do a little bit of meditation, or I just want to listen to something that suits my mind and or to
Like
educate
for
myself.
example, mommy, mommy,
That does not
mommy,
suit my mind.
mommy.
Um, so
Water.
cre- creating that opportunity, giving yourself that opportunity to talk and share deeply, like, hey, by you saying this or you rolling your eyes whenever I'm telling you X, Y, and Z, or even in a disagreement, by you doing this, it truly hurts my feelings. It's taking validation of what I'm saying to you, and it really just doesn't balance out what we're trying to have in this relationship.
Yeah.
That it takes a lot of courage to be upfront and to say it, especially if you know that for sure the other person is not going to take it so well. But that is the only way to.
But it has to be said and done.
It has to be said.
Realistically. Like, I definitely will have to say, like, it took me quite some time to understand that part of you in terms of, because, you know, me, I'm the type of person that, hey, like, we have a problem, let's talk about it. If it takes 2 hours to talk about it and get this squashed as my terms, I mean, my vocab, like, just get it done and then get it understanding. Because at the end of every misunderstanding, argument, whatever the case may be, we always say, like, okay, are we on the same page? Okay, do you understand my feelings? And then like, we kind of like ask each other that to get the validation of like, okay, we were heard.
But it's on keeping, you know, making the highlight of understanding, saying I understand does not mean that we might agree to what we're feeling. It's like, yeah, I'm listening to you. I respect it,
and it's a tough pill to swallow sometimes.
Yes,
you know what I mean? Because like sometimes I'm very, what would be the proper word? Anal about.
I thought this was PG-13. Like, what are we doing?
About certain things, and realistically, like, especially whenever it comes to our kids. But we will get to another episode. We'll talk about that realistically, because we'll just go down that rabbit hole. It will be 3 hours of an episode. We can't do that. So, but yeah, it took time for me to understand. You need time by yourself.
And in our relationship, for you to understand that and help me make that happen. To me, that's truly showing.
And a lot of times,
love.
A lot of times I'll be like, hey, just take some time for yourself.
Sometimes I say no because I'm trying to get things done. But
a lot of times she says no. And a lot of time whenever I say, hey, take some time for yourself, I'll take care of the kids. You know what I mean? Like, you can do whatever. I'll spend time with the kids, and then I'll put them to sleep, whatever the case may be. A lot of times I'll be wanting her to, like, for example, do her nails. For example, do something that she likes. I don't know, maybe watch a show, or whatever the case may be. But she goes ahead and works.
Also, something that to me, it's still kind of like new and I'm still adapting, is that another way that it's the love language for you and I can show love, and this also applies to the kids, is by sharing that time of me watching you play and things that involve like your hobbies. Like, for you, that's something that I think it's validating. You feel loved, you feel cared. And I know the kids ask me like, hey, come here, watch me play. I'm like, oh.
Yeah.
I don't like watching someone play. Like, I don't find the value of my time in that.
Unless it's a scary game.
Unless is listening to Dashi screaming like a girl.
Oh my, facts. Dashi game, shout out.
But it's a way that slowly and enhancing again that it takes time to learn what your partner's love language it is, including your family. It takes time, and I consider that they change over time as well. As you grow old or circumstances in your life changes, they might change in a certain way.
Before, whenever I will be upset and things like that, Nicole will be like, oh, why don't you just take some time for yourself and then just do whatever you want. And this will be her turn, her vocab. You know what I mean? So my whatever I wanted was literally just to sit down, be able to play my game or whatever the case may be. Because realistically, I don't like watching shows unless without her. Because she is the type of person that she breaks down the whole scene and all that stuff. Sometimes it's annoying. Sometimes I love it. But it's like, you know what I mean? Like,
I get into that mind of like, I can make this script. I want to I want to figure out the code of this plot.
The only show that I have seen by myself that she has not been with me watching has been Squid Games.
That's the only one?
Squid Games, and there was a horror show.
Man, I
I
have
can't
watched so
remember.
many without you. I
Yeah,
feel
it's
bad
okay.
now.
It's okay. I don't watch
You're
them.
not gonna watch Emily in Paris. You're not gonna watch Young. I was watching
Nah,
Younger.
nah.
No. Um.
The Mandalorian, kind of. Nah, we will watch it together.
Yeah, we did. We did.
Okay, wait, we're going down that rabbit hole.
No.
Okay, but my point was like I will sit down and play, like realistically, and it took her maybe until a couple of months ago to be able to be like, that's his way of decompressing and things like that. Even though, let me tell you,
He does not decompress at all.
sometimes I don't decompress. I'll be getting more pissed off, and then it's like, bro.
He be playing Apex Legends, and all I'm hearing is, "Oh my god, what the beep you're doing? How did this beep get here? Well, I'm tired
Listen.
of carrying all this beep by myself."
All these bums. Oh, sorry. But anyways,
But it's a way that you just, I suppose, in a way, you feel good. Or you just release that energy. It could be.
yeah, let's go with
It
that.
could be.
Let's go with that. But anyways, moving on. Moving on. So, you want to ask them the questions about the love language, or would you like me to do it? I think you got it.
I would love to know what your love language is, and what is your love language? How did you discover it was your love language? And if you currently have a partner,
Talk to them.
if you have,
Yeah.
if you have, if you have had that conversation about the love language, and if you know which one it is of your partner, it's something that it takes time to discover and figure out. Maybe you have one, two, three, like who knows? Maybe in a different order.
Maybe you have all 5.
Yeah, who knows?
I don't know how that would work out. But if you do, hey.
We would love to know all of that. So please feel free to put it in the chat. We appreciate you tuning in and staying, until this time. Appreciate all the shares, all the subscribers. Like, this is happening quicker than we thought, and we are so thankful. We do not stop smiling genuinely whenever we see that.
Has been a blessing, to be honest with you.
Yes, and that is just coming across randomly to people, which is
and to be
nice.
To be honest with you, last week, this is going off the rails, but realistically, last week on the episode that we released, Nicole and we ended up having a disagreement because she is very, as the word I said earlier, she is very anal whenever it comes to certain things. Aesthetics, sound and things like that. And I'm the one that edited the video, the one that was released. So whenever it was pre-release, she didn't like some of the things that I added to it, and that's understandable. We ended up fixing it, but then we ended up, going into that argument ended up going into a plan of like, okay, this is what we're going to be able to do going forward. This is what we're going to do. And things like that, and then we can work on it, and then be able to put it together, and then like that we can both feel happy at the end of the day. Because realistically, the video was put in very last minute because of time.
We don't have time.
We didn't have time. So yeah. But anyways, we were able to do it, and I wanted to say that. Based of that and based of last week, I came to a realization that I do not want to continue with my Mando XP Gaming channel. I do want to focus on this channel between my wife and I, even though she sometimes gets on my nerves about certain things, especially
I think my slang for this channel is gonna be "we live and we learn," because it is constantly learning as you get into new projects together, as we have never done this together, and it's different whenever you are with a friend or a colleague, because you don't have to see that person every day and all the time. So it's like,
True.
Okay, we're clocking in and out, and we're good. But I see with greatness and such a blessing to have this this opportunity. So we are very happy. If you are interested in wrestling topics and men stuff, please
And lots of
follow.
cursing. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
You can follow his channel, El Sampler Pod. And yeah, if you're interested in crazy stuff, photography, and more raw stuff about what I do in my business, you can follow me on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook at Nicole Aponte Photography. And please share with your friends, share with everybody that you feel like can be connected to this. And we'll see you in the next one.
Deuces.
Bye.